Hi Stampers, this is Dawn and today we're going to make this cute little circular purse or a bag or a box, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to call this a treasure chest. I showed this to Jessie, our daughter, and she said it looked like a treasure chest. So I thought that's so cute. And then I decorated the outside of my Halloween version with all the iridescent pearls. Isn't it cute? It kind of gives it a little bit of a like a feet. I wish we sold some spikes. That would be so fun. All right, so then this one is what started it all. This is from Sharon White. She had sent me this as a gift. Thank you, Sharon. And she did a video on our Facebook group page, our private Facebook group page with my Glitter Queens team. And she sent me this one and look inside of hers. So this is a pretty good sized little box or a little bag for some treats. But mine is holding the pistachios. Don't you love that? So adorable. So I'm going to recreate Sharon's little box here. But we're going to make it in a Halloween version. And I'm going to slightly change the size of the circles. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to make my little treasure chest, I guess we're calling it. This is going to be your Magic in This Night designer paper. It's double-sided, and mine is cut at 9 inches by 3.5. And I will show you how to recalibrate your size of your treasure chest, and it all depends on your circles that you're using. So now on Sharon's, I believe she said she used the 2¼ inch circle punch. It might even be the 2-inch, but I think I remember it was a 2¼ So I upped mine to 2.5-inch circle punch. So what you're going to need is a piece of basic black. This is cut at 3/4 by however wide your designer paper is. So mine is cut at 9 by 3.5. So this is 3/4 by 3.5. Okay, and then you're going to need 20 circles. So I'm going to jazz mine up a little bit with the black glitter paper. So this is going to go on the outside of my box right here, like that. Isn't that cute? So I just cut out 2 of those to cover the end. I use all 20 of my circles with the black glimmer paper. So I just cut out the basic black. So you're going to need 2 stacks of 20 circles, and 20 is including the glitter paper. Okay, so I went ahead and punched out all of the stacks of 10. And now we're just going to go ahead and make them into a pile. So let me grab my adhesive. I'm going to fast forward this part. Okay, so we have our 2 stacks, or 2 wheels, I should say, with 10 circles, and these are the 2.5-inch circle punches, so 10 on each side. Okay, so now we're going to grab our tear and tape. Now this tear and tape is, I don't know, I think it's about 1/4 inch, and our 10 circles do not measure 1/4 inch, so the tear and tape is almost too big. But don't worry, we're going to adjust that. So we're just going to wrap it around each of the circles, and then when we peel it off, we're just going to like turn it back on itself. Now one thing you want to keep in mind too is when you're wrapping your tear and tape around your wheel or your circles, you're going to do it only 3/4 of the way, because this section right here is where we're going to end up having an opening for our little treasure chest. So I'm going to go ahead and tear that off right there. Okay, we're going to do the other one the exact same way. So there's our tear and tape is on our 2 circle groupings. All right, now to determine on how long your designer paper is, so mine is 9 inches. So how you determine is depending on the size circle that you use. So I just have some ribbon here. This is how Sharon showed it to us. So you just wrap your ribbon around your circle. This will be just an idea of how big your designer paper should be. And it's about right, and you want a little bit of an overhang too. So right about there. So now mine is cut at 9 inches. So this is cut at about 8 1/4. But like I said, we want to go a little bit bigger. So I went to 9. Okay. So any size circle that you use, just take some scrap ribbon and wrap it around the circle. And then that's how long your designer paper should be, with a little bit of the overhang to tie it closed like this. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to grab our strip. This is the 3/4 by 3 1/2, and we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back side of your designer paper. Whatever side you want facing out, this is going to go on the back side. Now remember, this is going to be the front of our treasure chest, right? So when it's wrapping around, you want it to close the right way. So I want my bats to be up at the top, so I'm going to put it on the back side here. Hopefully that's making sense. So when I close it up, I want my bats to be facing the right way. Okay? So when it comes around like this, it's going to close like that. Okay? Instead of upside down. Okay, so now we're going to take one of our wheels. Okay, so we're going to grab take your pick tool. We're going to grab our, let me start on this side maybe. I think she said you could also use liquid glue for this, but oh my gosh, I can't even imagine making this with liquid glue. That would take forever to dry. Okay, I'm just trying to start my... Okay, so I think I got it. I'm going to peel off the backing so you can see that it's overhanging. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip it back on itself on both sides. So there won't be any overhang. It's all on that circle round wheel section here. So I'm going to do the other side. Now remember, your glitter paper is also going to be on the outside of our little treasure box, at least for mine. If you do it all in basic black or whatever color designer paper you're using, it won't matter. Okay, so we're going to take our designer paper. Remember, we have this for the front of our box right here. So it's like doubled up. So when we punch through it and you feed your ribbon, it won't tear, because sometimes the designer paper isn't very thick. So we're going to start at the opposite end with our wheels or our circles. And we're going to start, let me line this up here. I'm going to line it up, right? Remember, we have 1/4 of an inch or so without any tear and tape. So we're going to start on each side, making sure I have the glimmer paper on the other side with that tear and tape on that one side. And I'm just going to get started with this one side here before I start the other side. Okay, so we're going to start this one over here the same way. Okay. Remember, your opening is going to be right here, okay, because there's no tear and tape there. So now it's just a matter of rolling your circles on the designer paper to adhere to that tear and tape. And since I'm doing both of them at the same time, I want to move them slowly so I don't get one side totally wrapped up. Okay, let's do this side. You can see it forming now. It's so cute. This holds quite a bit of candy too. I got my little candy dish here. We're going to put a bunch of stuff in there so I can show you what it all holds. Okay, so we're almost at the end of our tear and tape. So that means we're going to be at the opening of our little treasure box here. Isn't that cute? So then this is the opening part. So that's, I think that's what Jessie was thinking. It looked like a treasure chest. But look, you can fit all these candies in here. You put some nuggets. There's a little miniature candy. A couple of those in there. We'll put some of these in here. So it holds a lot. Plus, I noticed that if you put the candy inside your box, it stops it from rolling forward or backwards. It just stays put with the candy inside. It's so cute. All right, so I'm going to take the candy out so I can seal it up with my ribbon. And we're going to grab the crocodile. So let me grab that. Okay, so we're going to use this 1/8 inch side over here for the hole punch. And we're going to punch 2 holes on the front. I'm just kind of eyeballing this here. Right about there, looks good. So now you can see that we're wanting to double up on this with the cardstock. See that on the back side? Okay, so now we're going to grab a pencil and I'm going to wrap it around and I'm going to line up this closure here and I'm going to make a pencil line right where those hole punches are. So I can take my other handheld punch and punch 2 more circles because my crocodile, I can't really feed that into that little crevice right there very good. So I'm just going to take my I think this is actually a 1/16 handheld punch. So we're just going to punch a couple times with this handheld punch. Just got to bend that backwards there. And I'm looking for my holes that I circled with my pencil. I'm just going to punch a hole a couple times. Just to make it a bigger hole. Okay, and then I'm going to take my paper piercing tool. Just going to punch that through there because we're going to use that metallic mesh ribbon. So now this is the metallic mesh. This is actually very flexible ribbon. So I'm going to use my floss threader for this. So these are usually for braces, is what I've heard. But it's got a little loop on the end. Hopefully that shows up. And then a really fine tip here. So this is what my ribbon is going to be going through the loop. And then I can feed it through. I'll feed it through this way. Okay. And then I'm going to feed it through the other end over here. Pull that through over here. So we're going to feed it through this hole over here. Okay, let me cut this end here. Take my floss threader. Okay, so there's my ribbon. And then let's put our candy inside again so it holds it where I can tie it shut. Like I said, it holds a lot of candy in here. Then we're going to pull this shut over top of the end. And then we're just going to tie it in a really cute big bow on the front. Okay, now what's nice with this metallic mesh ribbon is that it expands so you can stretch it and make it even bigger than what it actually is. It's really cute. There it goes. Okay, so we're going to trim the ends. Okay, so there's our little cute little treasure chest. Now, when I finished mine, I added the iridescent pearls. And this is what I added to my first one, my sample. And when I showed the picture to Jessie, that was the first thing she noticed was the little, she called them, what was she called them? The little dots. And I told her, I said, I wish we had like some spikes or something to be so cute. So that's how you make that cute little circular treat box, or what I'm calling the treasure chest. And then thank you again, Sharon, for your version. It's so cute. I love it. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know. And I'll have all the items listed down below. And then don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later. Bye.